Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. I'm here with Greg from HRE Wheels. Now, HRE Wheels is a new wheel company here at CJ's and one that we're very excited about given their history of building high-quality wheels. Greg, tell us about the company and tell us about the wheels you're going to be offering.
Absolutely. So HRE was founded in 1978. Some of you may not know the vast history that we have. We are best known for producing arguably the best forged wheels that are out in the industry. And for these past few decades, a lot of customers, they aspire and want to have an HRE wheel, but with the forged wheels, it's not for everybody from a price standpoint. So we decided we needed to make something that was an entry-level product that can bring people into HRE and give them that same high quality that they've come to know. So we came out with the Flowform product.
Now, the Flowform wheels are going to be a one-piece forged wheel as well, correct?
Well, no.
So our caps are a one-piece cast wheel.
Correct. It's a form of casting. It's quite unique though, because the end product you have a very similar strength and weight as you would in a forged wheel, but it's a very, very different process.
And tell us about the process, like what the process is to make one of your wheels and where the additional strength comes from.
Sure. So a traditional cast wheel is actually, it's poured into a mold with face side up. So it's pouring and filling the inner barrel up. Okay, and it's done that way because the inner barrel doesn't have the structural support from the face of the wheel. So where you pour the molten aluminum first is where the aluminum becomes the most dense and the strength. Also, a regular cast wheel, the barrel is quite a bit thicker, again, for that added strength. In a Flowform wheel, it's done exactly the opposite. It's poured into the face first, so the face becomes extremely strong and dense, and the casting is only partially poured out. So, an 11-inch wide wheel might only be around 5 inches as far as the actual casting. Then that is put onto a steel drum under extremely high heat and pressure. It is spun out into its final width and shape, much like a potter's lathe.
Okay.
Okay, so that process of pulling and stretching, it actually elongates the grain structure. It takes out any impurities, and it makes it so you can have a barrel thickness that's actually very close to the thickness of a forged wheel.
Okay.
So you get very similar strength and weight.
They are light.
Thickness.
I did notice putting them on the table.
Exactly.
They are very, very light for what they are.
Exactly. For example, the rear GT Performance Pack S550, 19 by 9.5, weighs 33 pounds. Our 20 by 11 weighs just over 24 pounds. So you're
almost
dropping
10 pounds lighter
Exactly.
for a bigger wheel than you're running from
Exactly.
the back. And talking about the strength of your wheels, you were telling me about a lot of certifications that you guys are getting on your wheels that maybe not every other company is doing.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's one thing that's extremely important and is important for the customer to be educated on this. Not everybody is aware. There's a lot of wheel manufacturers out there, a lot of wheel companies. They're popping up left and right. In the US, there really aren't regulations. So we have full VIA, JWL, and TUV certification. TUV is extremely difficult to get. That's what's needed to sell your wheels in Europe. And again, this goes back to also us running full FEA analysis, which is extremely costly program that not everybody has, not everybody does, but this shows you where you need to add material and where you can afford to take material away to reduce weight. So very important steps and processes to make sure that you have a wheel that is not going to fail.
You definitely see, HREs are huge on European cars. You see lots of BMW, Porsche, Ferrari that have HRE wheels on them.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a lot of history and heritage, especially with Porsche. It's kind of like peanut butter and jelly, really. We've been highly regarded in the industry for a long time. You don't make it past a few decades without having a real high quality product and reputation.
And now the Flowform makes that quality available to a much larger market.
Exactly.
Increasing. And speaking of the S550, what kind of wheel offerings do you have for the modern Mustangs?
So currently we have the FF01 and the FF15. So 20 by 9.5, 20 by 10.5 in the FF01, and for the FF15, 20 by 10 and 20 by 11.
And both are available in, I'm assuming, the silver or the black finish.
Correct. So our standard finishes are the liquid silver, which is a really beautiful, vibrant silver, gloss silver, and then a satin black, which is called TARMAC.
And what about installing these? Do you need rings, special lug nuts, anything like that?
Nope, they are all Mustang specific hub bore, so no hub rings are needed. Lug nuts are included for the S550 because, as you all know, those come with very fat, oversized lug nuts.
That's a very large lug nut from the factory.
So it comes with a 19 millimeter lower profile lug nut, and that's no additional charge, and of course caps are included.
So when you buy the wheel, you're getting the center cap and the lug nut of the S550 Mustang. So basically you add your tire and you're good to go.
Good to go.
Anything else as far as fitments for clearances? Any brake clearance issues? I'm assuming no Brembos, or Brembos are not a problem for any of your wheels.
No problem at all. So we always design all of our wheels around the largest brake scenario on the OEM level as well as aftermarket brakes. Now obviously there's a gazillion different aftermarket brakes that are out there. So it's hard to grab data for everything, but we do try to model it around.
So if you're running some of the bigger companies' brakes, there's a good possibility clearance won't be an issue.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
Awesome. Hey, thanks a lot. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.